Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been a very long time that I've done a video. I've been so busy, so I've not had any time to do any video. So today I want to do an unboxing. It's about my LLIVEKIT air fryer. Well, why did I buy this? I've had one before. I'm going to tell you, you can see it. This is my LLIVEKIT air fryer. I've had it since last year. It's a 5-liter one and amazing, you know. So when you're someone that's so busy, you don't have time to, cook as much as you like to before, is an amazing lifesaver. Apart from that, it does save you a lot of electricity, a lot of gas, especially in this time or period where the prices of things have gone so crazy up, and salaries and wages are just the same. Inflation just keeps going up. You need something that, it doesn't cost you so much money. So I bought a LLIVEKIT, but mostly I bought a bigger one, mostly because the small one doesn't allow us to do a bigger pizza. So I wanted one that could fit the whole size, and I wanted one that divides, not the 2-in-1, because then it's still like I have the old one, but only an extra 2. So I wanted one that is a bit wider, so I got that. Another reason that I did this was because I've been told by my GP, which is my doctor, that I needed to change my lifestyle because my blood pressure has been shooting up. So because I'm so busy and I get so tired on my way coming in from outside when I'm home, I usually get like takeaways and tend to buy frozen food that I can just put in the air fryer or microwave. I don't always advise people to use the microwave, but lately I've been using it a lot, especially since January. I've been using it a lot to microwave fast food. And if you watch one of my videos in my cooking channel, you see that. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to try and look for very good recipes, healthy recipes on YouTube, and then try them on my air fryer. So that's why I bought the air fryer. I'm also going to figure out a way to change my lifestyle. I have to cut down on sodium. I don't know if your doctor have ever told you that. I need to cut down on sodium. I've been told to reduce my alcohol intake. I don't really take alcohol. I like taking cider, which has a little bit of alcohol in it, but apart from that, I don't really take alcohol. And then I was also told to reduce caffeine. Now I've been taking, I don't usually take hot, tea or coffee or anything like that. I just recently started taking it. Actually, I've been taking it since late last year when I started doing invigilation, and I needed something to warm my body up. And I've been getting colder and colder these days. Even though the weather is now quite bright, I'm still getting cold. I don't know why I'm getting cold. So I bought boxes of coffee. Let me show you an example of what I mean. So that is an example of a box that I'll get. It has sachets in it, and let me see if I can open it and show you. So inside I would have this. So it already has the coffee and milk and everything in it, so it's quite handy. All you just need is put it in a cup and put some hot water in it, and that's fine. So I've been taking a lot of it, and now the doctor said I need to reduce it or cut it out. I don't know which one. I can't remember which one. I was only told this yesterday, and I still can't remember whether she said cut it off or to reduce it. So, which is going to be very hard. Like today, I was doing an exam invigilation, and I really needed something hot to drink because I was super cold. I've been unwell, but I couldn't. So I just kept drinking hot water. Anyway, so get back to the LLIVEKIT air fryer. So let's unbox this. I'm going to turn the camera around and then show you. So that's the LLIVEKIT air fryer. AF550880B. Now the box is quite big, but I'm not surprised that it's big because the box for the last air fryer that I had was quite big. But when I lifted it up to bring it into my kitchen, it arrived day 4 yesterday. So it says capacity 4.5 liter each basket, total 9 liters. It shouldn't have any basket. If it does have a basket, I'm going to send it back because it shouldn't have a basket. It should just have like a divider in the middle. So let's unbox this. So I've got my scissors. Let's do this. bear with me while I'm using one hand as usual. If you're someone who follows me, you will know I tend to do a lot of videos with just one hand because I couldn't be bothered to go find my stand. So you also know that I don't do very much editing because, again, couldn't be bothered. I don't have enough time. Maybe someday I'll pay somebody to do it, but right now I'm not doing that. The whole point is you get the gist of what it is that I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Yep. Okay. Now, so open the box and then we get a box in a box. So that's the second box. So I'm going to take this box out of the second one, but I need two hands. Okay, here's the air fryer, and I've noticed already that this box is spoiled. Now I don't see any indentation on the box that it was delivered in. So okay, there's one here and that one here, so that's where it must have happened from. So now, okay, so this is what it should look like. And oil-free frying, which is one of the reasons what I got this, because I love my salad master pot and because I could cook any stuff with it with very little oil, so that's good. It has a smart touch panel, which is just like that one. That's a smart touch panel. Rapid air circulation technology is also the reason why I got it, because this one has that. This is actually very good, so I wanted the same brand because of it. The maximum temperature it goes to is 200 degrees centigrade, which is also the same as the 5-liter one. And then if we turn it round, it says this is not very important anyway. Imported by, that's not important. So let's see if I can turn this around gently without spoiling this. Yeah, semi information on this side. It says air fryer, LLIVEKIT air fryer, 9 liters. So which is why I got that. I can't remember how much I got it for. I think it's 145 or something like that, right around that price. But I'll check to find the price and I'll put it in the description for you. I hope I remember. So these are the sort of things you can cook in it. You can bake in it. I'm guessing this is grilling, roast, fry, even though the air fryer doesn't actually really fry, but you get something similar. And I'm guessing this is also roasting or grilling, I don't know. Then it shows you the preset temperatures. This is for meat. I'm guessing that's for chicken. That's for fish or like crab or something. That's fish. Pizza, chips. This is for baking. This might be for hydrating, dehydrating, I don't know. Hydrating or dehydrating, I don't know which one it is. And I'm gonna figure out, this is plus and minus sign. I'm guessing this is to increase the temperatures. Plus and minus sign to increase and decrease the time that you want to cook it for. These I'm going to have to figure out because they were not in this other air fryer. Oh, it's here. A is to put it off, so that's A there, is on and off. B is the preset, so where's B? So that's B, the preset. So if I wanted to use any of this, I have to press this to use those. And C is for the left port, so where's C? So that's C. C is for left port. Okay. Oh, so I was wrong then. This is time and temperature, time and temperature. So if I'm cooking on this side, so I would use this. And I'm guessing D is for cooking on that side. Next one is temperatures. which is E, is to increase and decrease the temperature and increase and decrease the timer. F is for this side, to increase and decrease the temperature and the timer. G, that's G, to preheat the food, if I wanted to preheat the food, okay, or preheat the air fryer, I guess. And H is synchronized ending, so which means if I'm cooking something here and I'm cooking something here and I've put a different timer to this, I can just synchronize it. So that's H. I can just press this to synchronize so they finish at the same time. I is temperature, so if I wanted to increase the temperature, I press this first before I press the other ones. Guessing that's what it is. Now what's the next one? J is for timer, so that's what it is. So temperature, press this, then increase and decrease. L is no, so J is for timer, increase and decrease. K, where is K? That's K is for the left port temperature and time display. L is for the right side port, the temperature and timer displays. So these are the ones I've already told you what they were, which is the meat, and N is drumsticks, and O is shrimps, P is fish, Q is pizza, R is chips or fries, S is for cake, T is for vegetables, not dehydrated, for cooking vegetables. Got it? So that's what all those are. Now let's turn it around, see what's on this side. That's the top of it. It just says LLIVEKIT. So I guess this is the part, the first side we looked at that was destroyed. All right, so let's open it. Go again. With my one hand doing this. So I'm basically getting so good at using just one hand to do stuff. Not necessarily everything, but at least the videos. So that opens this one, and that opens that one. You open it wider, and I'm guessing that's the air fryer. Then a leaflet. Okay, so there's a book here, the user manual. So this one also comes with a similar user manual. Let's see if I can find that. So yeah, that's the user manual for the 5-liter one, and that's the user manual for the 9-liter one. Okay, so let's get this out. Is there anything else in here? Nothing. So I'm going to need 2 hands to get this out. Okay, and then we'll come back. Okay, there it is, out of the box. That's it, nicely secured. So we're going to start with taking this part out. Oh, the wire is here actually, so I need to be careful when I get this. And there's something here. Oh, it's a divider. The divider's been put here, so let's gently cut it. Be careful. Okay, so that's the divider. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it with the label and then pop this out of the way gently, and then just gently pull this out. Okay, that's that one. It goes in the box. So I have to do that for the other side. There's nothing, there shouldn't be anything, hopefully there shouldn't be anything, so I'm just going to gently pull it out. Oh, okay, so it's got a second plate. That's nice. That's nice that it has 2 plates. So if anything happens to the first one, I'm not saying anything's gonna happen to it, but if anything happens, I have a second plate, so that's good. I actually didn't know when I was reading the instructions that it does come with 2 of those divider plates. So comes with 2. Let's look at it. Oh, that's not the plate. This is for the bottom of the air fryer. Yeah, it's for the bottom of the air fryer. Okay, so that one, nothing there, so put it to the side. Now I think I've turned this upside down. Yes, it's upside down. So I'm going to have to turn it right side up so we can see what it looks like. Okay, so turned it right side up, and I'm gonna take this out. There's nothing in it, so it just goes there. And it's got something here. I don't know what this is. There's about, how many of it? Yeah, 4 of it. So it might be something similar to this. Maybe replacements for this. Maybe that's what it is. I caught my hand today running up the escalators to catch the bus, and I fell down and I really bruised myself. Thankfully somebody, one of the staff at the train station, they had a first aid kit, so they're able to give me plaster for my hand and for my knee that was also grazed and bleeding. It was bleeding so badly. I didn't know I had that much blood. Yay. All right, so that's the air fryer. It's quite compact. Actually, I thought it was going to be wider than this, but I'm glad it is not. So that's the top. I don't think it opens. That's the side of it. And the front. And the side. So let's gently turn this round and see what the back looks like. Okay, so that's the back. So it's got this vent in here. Yes, it's a vent. I can see the inside of the air fryer from there. So it's got the vents, and this is to let hot air out of this, which is very good. This one also has that. This air fryer has a vent, but the vent here is bigger, much bigger, which is quite interesting because this is a small 5-liter one, and it has a bigger vent than this one. Although the vent on this one has got a lot of big space there on this side. Don't know if you can see. And on that side. On this side. And on that side is quite big. Whereas this one is a bit smaller. But surface area is quite big. So that's the air fryer for that one. Now I'm going to turn this around so we can look at the front of it and then open the sides. So we're back to the front again. Let's open this. I need to move this a bit back for safety. Just push it back a bit. Excuse me, I got a cough. So I'll just take that off. Put it there for now. And then take this off. And put in. So I did an extensive research for air fryers before I bought this one, before I decided to stick with what I'm used to and get that. And when I mean what I'm used to, I don't mean air fryer, but I mean in brand, because this one is amazing. It's very good. So I decided just stick with the same brand because I had a lot of I was looking at a lot of reviews and they weren't that great for most of the air fryers. Now there's literally not any review I could find on YouTube for this, but it is a very good air fryer. Even that one, I couldn't really find any reviews, so that's part of the reason I wanted to do one. Oh, look at that. It opens so easily. Look at that, so easily opens. And that's it. So let's put it to the side then. Take this out of the place. Now look at the inside of that. and then underneath it, it looks exactly like, okay, I'm gonna tilt this up a bit so you can see it. It looks exactly as this coil ring up here, and it looks exactly like the other one there. I'm going to show you that one, but before I do that, let's look. Okay, you know what, let me just show it to you now. So I'm going to put this to the side, put it in this box, and put this box properly in here. Bear with me, I'm using one hand to do all of this. All right, so let's open up this one so that you can see. So that's what it looks like. This is the 5-liter one, and if I lift it up again, that's what it looks like. It doesn't have a coil. I thought it had a coil. It does have a coil, but it's underneath. I think it's, yeah, it is underneath, and it's protected by that. I've had this air fryer since last year. So that's the air fryer, and if you look at some of the cooking videos, you might see where I've used it. And if you look at that, it is in such good condition, and that's it. And I do use it a lot. So I've had it since last year, and all you just need to do is just clip it in and then push this back, and you can lift it up together if you want to get it out. So if you finish cooking, you get pushy and then lift it out. You can actually cook directly in here, but I don't do that. I just cook with this. Now the reason that it's been this nice and protected is because I bought a silicone tray that I put in there. So I'll show you. This is one that I use a lot, that one. So it just fits right in there, and it has those handles that you can pull. Hold on, let me do this properly. Yeah, so it has this where you can pull them. Can you see those handles there? And you can pull it out. So when you finish, just pull with 2 hands out. And also you can put a foil in there and a parchment paper in there. Parchment paper, that if you don't know what a parchment paper is, it's just a baking paper. You can put that in there. You can put a foil in there. Sometimes I actually put this in and put the foil in there just because I'm too lazy to wash this too. But I wouldn't really advise you putting foil, heating foil to high temperature, because one of the things that is been known about aluminium is that it does increase the chances of having dementia. So if your food is cool, you can use it and wrap the food and so on, but not really when the food is hot. Don't really use it, because if you use it when it's hot, after a while, take it out, just look at it, you see that it's changed. The aluminium foil that is touching the heat has changed. That's a chemical reaction, that's called. So you have to be very careful and protect yourself. So let's put this back. Now for the new one, I've also ordered the silicone trays, but I wanted a rectangular ones, because this is not round, it is in a rectangular shape. So I've ordered one because I need to make sure that I'm protecting this the same way. So that said, let's move on to this one. So I'm just gonna lift it up. It is so light. I love the fact that it's so light, but it could also mean that you handle it so deceptively. And but what I don't like so much is about this. Okay, it's see-through. I can see myself. It's see-through. I don't know if you can see my hand. Yeah. So I didn't really want anything that's see-through, mostly because these ends, this glass from the inside gets stained. So if you have an oven, you know what I mean. From the inside of the oven, it gets stained, and you have to keep washing it all the time. So I didn't want that with the air fryer. But if I have the tray inside there, this silicone tray, it should be able to control it. Now, one of my favorite things about this air fryer, I don't know why it has this marks on it. It does wipe off a bit, but it's for something that's very new. I shouldn't be seeing this marks on it. I don't know if you can see that. I can wipe it off, but I shouldn't be seeing that there. Anyway, one of the things I love about this air fryer, which is why I ordered it, was the fact that I can just divide the tray into 2. So if you look inside here, you can see that space there, but only that side has it. This side doesn't have it. It just has a little thing here. Can you see that? But it's sort of, it's still a guide. It guides you where to place it. So I will just position it in the middle and then push it down, all the way down. Now, having pushed it down, if you look there, you can see there's a gap here. So if you're cooking food directly inside here, there's a possibility that it's going to seep through. But if you're using the silicone tray, it's fine. Then one of the advantages of having this is because an air fryer circulates air, and so you want space for the air to circulate, you know, so that you're cooking food on both sides evenly. So that's one thing. Then they have an arrow pointing down upwards. So I don't know if this arrow pointing is supposed to point downwards or if it's supposed to point upwards. But I've tried it upwards, so now let's try it downwards and see. Don't think it makes that much difference anyway, but let's try it downwards and see. Yeah, you get the same result. Either way, it's a bit wobbly, but it's not too bad. It's a bit wobbly. So let's take it out and then do it the other way. I think I feel more comfortable doing it this way. Yeah, so that's it. Now the edges, I think this is made of rubber. It feels like rubber. So you have the metal, but you have this rubber protecting the metal, stopping it from scratching this. This is a non-stick inside, so you have these protecting it from the side, which is a good idea. Now I think I prefer this than having an air fryer that has 2 drawers, and then because, you know, if I wanted to make pizza, I can't do that. So what with this I can, let me show you what I mean. I have a frozen pizza from Morrison, so let's get one of the pizzas and hopefully it does fit. So that's the pizza. So this is why I got it, so that I can put it, because I couldn't put it in this one. And my kids love pizza a lot. So if you look at that, it's a round pizza, but it is this is twice, it doesn't fit. You can look at that, see? It doesn't really fit. But with this one, it should hopefully fit. So let me take this out from the middle and then place the pizza. So look at that, it fits. So that's one of the reasons I really got it, because my kids eat pizza a lot, so they can just put it in there and cook the pizza themselves instead of going out and buying already cooked pizza that costs so much money. They can just buy these and cook it, and they taste really good. This Morrison thin crust pizza tastes really good. So, but we're not going to be using it yet until the silicone trays come. I've already ordered it. I ordered it the same day when I ordered this, and it's supposed to be coming very soon. You can order this silicone from any shop, or well, not any shop, or most shop, but I think it's best if you're patient enough, you can get them from places like Shein, Temu, and AliExpress, because you can get them a lot cheaper and very, very good quality. So now let me show you what I mean. Let's place this here. Okay, so these are more examples of the silicone. You can get very thin ones, which are quite very good, and I've had it since last year, and you know, it was originally that color, but it's turned to this color because of a lot of marinating that, you know, I'm cooking with. So, but it's still fine, and I've had it since last year. Then you can have a much thicker one. That's a much thicker one that I also got, and this much thicker one can be, you know, you can fold it down if you want, or you can leave it to go up. So I can put this in here if I want to, and it still fits in there. Then the second one can go in there. So and this shows you exactly how much bigger it is compared to that one. So this fits into my 5-liter one. So let's bring out the 5-liter one, and let me put this pizza back, you know, because it was in the freezer. I don't want it defrosting, so I'm just gonna put it back in the freezer. All right, so let's go back. Now I'm going to bring out this 5-liter one, and let's put, this is the same size as that one, so I'm just going to put this in. So do you see how it takes up all that space? But if I put it in this one, look there, I still have space at the top there. But this is supposed to be 4.5 liter. Once I put this on, it becomes 4.5 liter. Once I take it off, it's 9 liter. So which makes me feel that this one is not the 5 liter. The one that is the 5 liter is that. But I'm not so sure how you can cook with this, because put it in there. Oh, it does fit in. You can get it, take it, sorry. You can put it in, take it out. So I'm guessing this is the actual one that is the 5 liter. So if I move it a bit, you can see the space on the edges. But the one that goes on the inside is not, it's less than 5 liters, as you can see that. It has a little bit of space, but not that much space. So, but I'm gonna show you, this is a fantastic air fryer. So let's finish talking about this one. Let's put away this silicons. They are amazing, you know. So I recommend, if you have an air fryer, if you're planning to buy one, make sure you get one of these. It will save you a ton of washing. It would also save your air fryer. As I told you, I've had this since last year, and look at how good it looks, and it works so well. It's never broken down, thankfully, touch wood. It's not going to. So that's this one. Now let's put this tray. Before we do that, remember these are supposed to go in here, so I'm just going to place it on the very top here and then push it down, so I feel that it goes in there. Yeah, so that's the base, goes down in here, so you can place your food on top of that. Let me turn it around. Okay, I've turned it round. Okay, maybe I should tilt it and push it down. I don't know. Tilt it and push it down. Or not. I'm gonna try again. Tilt it and push it down. Hopefully that's what you're supposed to do. I'm going to read the instructions later, but I'm guessing that's what you do. So hold it here, put this down, tilted down, and then push down. All right, so this would be where any food you're cooking will sit on, and then the space underneath allows air circulation to go underneath this and come up through these holes and cook your food if you want to cook directly on this. But again, like I said, I prefer to cook in the silicone, or you can put a foil in there if you want, or parchment paper if you want. I'll show you what a parchment paper looks like if you don't know what it is. So it's just this, a grease proof baking paper, or you might know it as non-stick baking paper. And this is the inside, so you have some that are white inside, and then you have some that are brown inside. Now another thing that I bought, that's another silicone that I bought, which if I'm making pizza, I can take this out and place this on the inside. So again, I still have the spaces underneath there. The food is still flowing, and the food always cooks very well, even though I put these things in here. So I can put my chips here if I want, if I'm making a large portion of chips or chicken or so on, just put them on there and cook them on their own, you know. And once you're done, you can just, it has these edges, that allows for or any liquid to hold on to the liquid. But if there's a lot of liquid, it's going to seep through. But it's better than, you know, when you're lifting it up, if the liquid pours in there, it's still better than if the liquid was pouring in and cooking on the non-stick, you know. So that's that one. So let's put this in here. So that's what it looks like when I remove the divider. Okay, let's measure it and see what the measurement is. That's one of the things I kept thinking of, you know, the measurement. They don't give you all the measurements. So I've got a measuring tape. So let's look at this. So it is 13 inches. Oh, yeah. Or 34 centimeters. By, if I do that way, it is by 10, which is almost 10 inches or 25 centimeters. So it's quite big. And then once you place the divider in the middle, then the measurement becomes about 7 inches, which is, this is moving when I move this, so about approximately 7 inches or 57, yeah, 56 or 57 cm. So that's what it is. Now let's look at the depth. The depth with this thing in, that's the depth, is that's 4 inches 10 cm, so it's quite deep. And let's look at the depth of this one. So the depth of this one again is about 4.5, which is 11 by approximately 11 cm or 4.5 inches, and that was 4. So I think the depth of this one is more than this one, but that's okay. But if I remove this, let's see what the depth is. If it's still the same, yeah, it's 4.5. So the depth is just as thick as that one. So put it in. So that's the measurement. If you're wondering, you know, the depth of it, that's what it is. It's quite deep. So let's put this in. Now, one of the things I was mentioning about is, if you look at this, the attachment, look at the attachment, it looks like it looks like it could easily come off. So when you use this, you need to be very careful. Unlike this one, it's big, it's more, well, it's similar anyway. It's similar and it's lasted, so I suppose it's fine. Like I said, I love LLIVEKIT. They are the air fryer, the ones I've been using, so I really like this one. So let's carefully place this in here. I can lift, I'm lifting it with one hand, as you can see. Push it in. Yeah. And it's closed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clear here and place it there and then put it on, so that we put the two of them side by side on and you can see what it looks like. Okay, so we're back again. So what I've done is found a pride of place for it to sit in the kitchen. I had to move it around because I needed to figure out the best place to put it. I didn't want to put it next to my cooker, mostly because, you know, when you cook and you get a splashback and you would have stains here. Now for me, I would actually wipe it down and so on, but my sons, not so much. So I'm worried about this thing. So I'm going to have to find something to cover it if I can. There's something that I can think of that I can use, but I don't know if I have enough size to put down there. But let's see how that goes. It's something that I used to do my ceiling in my bathroom. And it's very, very heat resistant. You can use it for the countertop and the walls and so on. So I'm going to try and put it on this side of the Then on that end I put the 5-liter one. Now I usually put dry, anything that I'm drying usually goes here, so when we're cooking that can be moved, and then pull this out and you have your space to cook there, and then you pull this one. Now if you notice, I'm doing this with one hand as out. Now when you buy this and you don't know how to use this, you're going to struggle trying to put it in. I'm going to show you why you will struggle. And a lot of people don't know that inside the air fryer, I don't know if yours does have it too, inside the air fryer, can you see that? Okay, so there you have that line here going all the way around, all the way to the end there, right round, and then coming back that way. So let me tilt this, and you see it comes out that way. Now those edges of your air fryer is supposed to slot into that space. So a lot of people then try to put it in. You try to put it in and then you're struggling. It's not going in. You're like, oh, why is it not going in? I'm finding a problem. No, the reason is because you haven't put it into that slot. You'll have to let it go into that slot. And once it goes into that slot, you see how easy it is? That it just slides in and then slides out. It's the same with that one. This one also has that. It has that in there. Can you see it there? It goes all the way right round to this end. So I'm gonna come closer so you can see it. And this side of the, hello, my son just came in. So this side of the air fryer slots in easily. So again, you put it in, you make sure you lift it up slightly, and then you push it in. See how easy it goes and how easily it comes out, in, out. So if you look after if you know how to use it and you look after it, it will last for a very long time. You're not going to break it, you're not going to spoil it. See again, see that one, see how easily it's going in, easily in and out. But if you forget the fact that I'm holding it here, the reason is because I'm using one hand. Now if you try to put it in and you don't put it into that space, you see, it's gonna be a nightmare. You can't put it in. And that's when you get people saying, oh, this product is not good, it doesn't close, I can't put things in, and they try to jam it in and they break the handles and so on. So what you need to do is just lift it up slightly, and then it will find that groove by itself, and then it slides in so easily. Yeah, okay, so I've plugged it in and I've put my salad master, the pride place in the middle. The reason is because these need to have space at the back of it. It needs to have space at the back of it for the air to circulate. Now when the steam is coming out of the back, the last thing I want is for it to be going into the socket and ruining the socket. So I want them to put them away from those sockets, and that's why they are not in the middle, and my salad master pot stays there. So whenever I need to use it, that end of the salad master pot there gets plugged into this and plugged here, and I can cook here. And then when I'm done, just slide in. Can you see the space on both sides allows it to go right in there and take up its space. So let's put this on. So I'm gonna put this one on first, and voila, that's what happens. Then ignore this blinking on my screen. It doesn't actually do it, it's just my camera that's doing that. It doesn't blink. And then you put this one on, and then that's what you get. So you press on and you have your two of that. So press one of that, and then all this comes out. You press that, all that comes out. And then with this, you can select what it is you're trying to cook at the top, and then on this side. So that carton, I'm going to have to cut up that part, that side that gives me the information for what everything is. You know, this is to sync. I remember that's to sync, and that's to put the temperatures. So if you click that, and then you can put the temperatures on, and that is to put the timer. And that's to put it on and off, and that's to increase the time, decrease the time. So if I press this one, and it will bring me to temperature, increase the temperature. It doesn't go more than 2, so decrease the temperature. So, and that's that. And then if I want to start cooking, I will just press this timer to start cooking, but I'm not cooking anything, so I'm not going to do that. So the same as that one, you press that, bring it on. This is quite simple. It's more simple than that one, so which means that it's not that complicated. I just need to press this to increase the temperature and press that to decrease the temperature. Press this to increase the time, press this to decrease the time, and then press this a second time, and then it starts cooking the food. Now if I press that, it will start cooking the food. If I take it out, it will continue from where it is, and then put it back, it continues. So if you want to finish cooking and it's not coming off, just press the timer all the way down to 0, and then it will just cook off away from that 2 minutes, and then it will come off, it will go off. So I'm guessing that's how this one happens. So when I start cooking, you're going to see how I use it. So I need to turn this off. So I'm guessing, oh, it's come on. Can you see that? The light is come on in there. But I'm gonna press it a second time to stop it. It's still cooking. That one is finally come off, so I'm gonna switch off on the wall. That one is still cooking, so I have to figure out how to, where's the timer? So go to the timer, press reduce this time. It's such a shame that it takes forever to reduce this time. It's going down. I need to see if I can reduce the time on this one. 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it goes off. So it goes off. That's how it goes off. So I don't know if it has a smell. I'm gonna pull this out. It does have a little smell, which is normal, which is when you buy these things and you cook with them, it does have a little smell. I've had some people say that theirs have a strong smell that smells all the way long distance. This one does have some smell, but it's not unbearable, and it's just a whiff that I can get from it. So I'm just gonna close this back, and this is off. So I'm just switch off from the wall. And that is the air fryer. So now let's look at the general size of it, so that if you're trying to buy one, it's very, very important when you're buying an air fryer that you have a space for it and you have measured it out when you're ordering it, so that you know where it can fit. So what I did was I used the measurement on this website and then just measured out the space where it was going to be before I bought it. So that's the size of it, and that's about 10 inches. Now, if I push it all the way to the wall, I need about 12 inches, because I need a space at the back. Can you see how much space I have for it at the back? That's 3 inches of space at the back in order to allow for circulation. If you want more, inches, that's great. So, but because of the kind of worktop I have, I've only given it 3 inches circulation at the back. And then, but just the air fryers on its own is about 9.5 this way, and then that way, I put it this way, is about 14.5. Actually, yeah, it's about 14.5 inches. So 14.5 that way, and about 10 this way. Now let's look at the height. Again, you need to make sure you measure the height, because if you have to fit it under a countertop, you don't want a tight squeeze. You don't want to ruin your air fryer. So you need to make sure that you know the height when you're buying it. So the height of this one would be about 12.5. So this is about 12.5 in the height. So I'm just going to put it there again. So it's about 12.5. And then if I put it next to this one, you can see how much space above that I have for that. Now this is longer. This one is about 13, as you can see. That's the about 13. And then if I measure that way, and then you see the measurement, that's about 10.5. So both of them, especially this one, because I've used it, I've not used this one in, as you know, I've just unboxed it, but I'm very sure it's going to be as good as this one. So that is me, and thanks for watching this unboxing. If you want to find out any more information about my LLIVEKIT as I use it, please leave a question at the bottom and I'll try and answer it. So thank you, take care, and bye bye.